Set up here, situated.
As you should.
All right.
All right, we're good to go. Happy Tuesday. How was it? You have a good weekend?
Yeah, good weekend. Definitely. How about you?
Yeah, no complaints. Need a vacation from the vacation per usual, but other than that, feel good about things. I read an article today. It was in the Wall Street Journal, and it was talking about how the strong only gets stronger throughout this thing, right? Like if you had the cash and you were able to make the pivot, and how the tech giants are winning. And let me tell you, it boils down. The strong artist and photographer that are working on their marketing, that's what I titled this thing, are only getting stronger. They're only getting stronger throughout this whole thing. And they're not sitting on the sidelines, and they're not waiting for the offline revenue sources to come back. They're only getting stronger. And it is 100% at the expense of everybody else. I'm sorry, it just is.
It is. That's the truth. It's like the volume of the sales, right? It just shifts and it moves, right? Like who's getting a piece of that pie? It shifts and it moves. And if you spent the time to build your digital business acumen, you did yourself well, and you're getting stronger and more powerful.
You're stronger by the day.
Yep, and you are taking more demand for art sales out of the market. That's what's so amazing about this. Like people just don't understand the way that things shift and they move, right? Like it moves to the people that are in the right spot, to actually capitalize on it. And it moved very quick, right? It moved very, very quick. Like it wasn't gradual. And so, a lot of people got hurt by that in the pandemic because they got caught, right? But the best thing you can do, the next best thing you can do is understand that this has completely changed everything. There's a new normal, and you got to skate to where the puck is going, right? The Wayne Gretzky famous line. And that is in building your own international art gallery online with no gatekeepers. And if you're going to do that, you need to learn how to market the thing, to get the most amount of leads and subscribers and turn those into customers, right? Like you're running an art gallery, you got to fill that funnel up. Like marketing is always the number one problem, right? But what's so amazing now, Pat, like I think what is so amazing now, and we couldn't honestly have said this like a year ago, right? Like your investment into all of this, like will get you the highest ROI that has ever been. Like the ROI is now like way higher for investing in your digital acumen. Do you not agree? Because you can now get more out of it than you ever could have before, even 3 months ago. Because the amount of people that are buying online now, the types of things that you could do, running your own shows and different things like that, like it just makes the ROI on the entire channel so much higher that it's like it's afforded the best opportunity for photographers and artists in the history of the industry.
Yep, not even close. And
some people hear that and they're like, "Are you crazy? Are you crazy?" You know what I mean? And it's like, nope, we're not crazy. This is for real.
Yeah, it's for real. It's happening. It's sort of scary on some levels, because if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're not actively building the attention, in these sources, and especially with what we're about to freaking release, if you don't have the attention, you got nothing. If you have the attention, you are selling thousands. Matthew Locke has sold, I think he's up to $9,900 in the last week and a half of the strategy. $9,900 sold. Like that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a big deal.
Couple quick announcements, right? So number one, I should say up front here, we're at the end of the month, right? We're at the end of the month, and this deal is ending to where we're offering to non-members to join art storefronts at a discounted rate. Get your demo request in. It may, pretty soon here, it's going to be too late. So get that in if you're thinking about joining as soon as you can. And the second thing is that we've got a members only workshop today, where we're going over this strategy that Patrick's talking about, right? It just keeps evolving. We keep updating the playbooks. They keep getting better and better for this specifically. And gosh, it's like, I can't wait for the session today with the members, because it's going to be fire. There's multiple things that we're reporting back on, multiple playbooks, new successes, new updates, and it's just unbelievable. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. And, you know, we went live over the weekend and collectively, officially planted on our flag that the change, the disruption, the tectonic shift that is taking place in the art industry right now is the biggest that's happened in the last 25 years. It is going to forever flatten the relationship between artists, fairs, galleries, shows, and utterly, totally, and completely put the power back in the hands of the artist and the photographer attempting to sell art online. And that is so rad on so many levels. It's so rad, so exciting on so many levels, sort of mind-boggling. But if you don't have the attention, your goose is cooked.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you got nothing. You still have to solve it. Yeah, that's the permanent problem. That is the 99.999. It's really 100%. We should never even say, like, I don't ever want to say 100%. I mean 99.999%, right? That 100% of the people have a marketing attention problem. Period.
Wyland does. Yeah.
Wyland does. Art Storefronts does. When you're at, when every company, if you're at $10 million a year in revenue, you're trying to get to 20. The reason that you can't get to 20 yet is because it's an attention. It's a marketing problem. You hit a wall and you got to do new things in order to get above that, right? Like let's just talk historically, Pat. Like when Breathing Color, the company that I started in 2003, hit like, I don't know what it was. I want to say it was like 7 million in revenue or something. I hired you and brought you on as a consultant, right?
Yeah.
You remember that? That was like what, 10 years ago or something? Like at this point. And I hired you because I'm like, okay, we hustled, we got here, and we need to move beyond this. And this is so funny to talk about. It's like 2007 or 2008 when this happened, right? And the first things you're talking to me about is back then is like, you got to do Facebook ads, you got to launch a blog, you got to launch a podcast. This is how far ahead of things you usually are, right? That was 13 years ago, and it was like, and you know what? You know what's so funny is I had you come on. You helped us with a few things, here and there. And then, and you had to beat me down mentally on like, dude, you need a blog. You need a blog. You need a blog. And it took me about a year before I finally gave in on that. Right.
What year was that? It was like 2005 or something like that.
It had to be like, I'm just thinking about, it had to be like 2007, 8, 9, somewhere around there. Anyways, but like, we did all of those things back then and piece by piece, but that's how far ahead of, you were telling me to do Facebook ads back when the only ads you could do, in fact, we did end up doing them, but the only ads you could do at that time, they were sidebar ads. They weren't even newsfeed ads. You remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
And they weren't great. Like the ROI was not great on those yet. Like everything kind of changed once once they got into the feed. It was so early, But anyways,
to think about how far the arbitrage has gone on that, and yet the new arbitrage, the greatest arbitrage that exists in the art market right now, they still kind of own it.
Yeah, they do. They
still kind of own it. What a testament to Zuckerberg and what that dude's been able to pull off.
They've really done a great job. I mean, it's hard. Yeah. It's kind of like, wow, sometimes you look at like the criticism by like the Winklevoss twins or something like that, and you're like, this guy did the Winklevi, right? It's like, man, the guy did a pretty good job on that company. Like it takes a lot to turn it into, a $500 billion company. I don't know what they're at this point. I mean, where are they? They got to be getting close to the upper north of that trillion mark, right? So
I don't know. I'm happy I own a lot of stock. I'll tell you that much. It just keeps freaking marching. I think it IPO'd at like 35, and now it's at like 235. Just marching, slow and steady. That guy does a marathon. I don't know who does.
So let me ask you a question. Metrics Monday. It's always metrics. Well, it's Tuesday because there was a holiday, but we always do our metrics at the beginning of the week at Art Storefronts.
Yeah. Sales
data again from the artist and photographer websites. I got it right here. I wrote it down from our report, right? Yeah. Sales growth last week from our artist and photographer websites, their own websites on our platform, 149% growth year over year during the pandemic. 149%, right? Week prior, 137% growth. Week prior, 256% growth. Week prior, 215% growth. And for all of you out there, since everybody's always asking about like, what are the sales and the members? Are they doing well? From all of this, we've started posting on Facebook and Instagram the various wins that are happening on a daily basis, and like just today, just this morning, like a couple of members in our private Facebook group made some posts. They're like, I just launched my site 3 weeks ago and I sold 4 paintings, right? Yep. I just launched, last week and I made 2 sales and I got 40 new contacts, so if you want to see these things, make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram and check these things out. The details are there, right? And it's from them. It's not from us. They're making a post and they're talking about what happened, and we're taking a screenshot of it and we're just posting it to our Facebook page. That's it, right?
Yep.
That's all it is. And so you will see these things happening literally every day by taking a look. So take a look at the last few. They're phenomenal. Oh yeah, another one, John Lechner, right? John Lechner, photographer on the platform, just got his 400th order, right? And was reporting to the group. Like he said, his exact words, I just got my 400th order, but my volumes have increased so much. The craziest thing is I'm looking to double that. And I think I will by the end of June, because the velocity of the orders that he's getting has dramatically increased. But he's photographers celebrating his 400th order with Art Storefronts. I mean, how phenomenal is that? Like, It's great for everybody to see that too, because the winning, is contagious, right? It's motivating and it's contagious. And even if you're not an Art Storefronts member, seeing that people are winning and understanding that like what it takes to win, when you and I are talking to non-members on our Zoom calls, you know what I mean? Like, and we're talking about,
it just suffocates the BS.
It suffocates the BS everywhere. It's just like, you have to look at that stuff and go, why is it not happening to me? Right? Why? Yeah. Like, are you selling? I'm asking you guys that are listening to this right now, like, how much are you selling from your website every month and your digital strategy? Has it been going up? Has it been going up for the last year? How many emails are you collecting? How many leads are you collecting every month? Like, if it's not going up, you're not really going anywhere. Like a business. You don't have a business.
You don't have a
business. Like, if your business is not collecting more leads this month than it did last month, you are literally going nowhere, right? That is the number one metric that I look at. People are like, hey, what can I do, or what's happening? I say, let's take stock. Let's audit your business right now, right? Tell me how many emails you collected for the last 5 months. Go. I want to know. Like May, what was the number? April, March, February, January. I want to look at that. I want to chart it on a graph, and I want to know exactly what it is, because if that number is not growing, your business is not going anywhere, and the sales are not coming, right?
Yeah.
If you are not collecting leads, and a lead is not a Facebook fan or an Instagram follower, right? That's not a lead. A lead is somebody that actually comes to your website, sees your products, gets on your email list, and says, I'm in, right?
Yeah. Like Michelle here. Michelle, I'm willing to bet you're not doing any marketing. I'm willing to bet you don't have a website set up to sell art.
Come to our next Zoom session, which will be, let's talk about that, right? The next Zoom session for non-members is tomorrow. 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. And we will send out an email notification, get on our email list, and to make sure that you get in. The Zoom link you will get if you subscribe, you'll get our email, you'll get this private Zoom link so that you can get on the session with us. And you can talk to both of us and ask us questions. Tell us what's clogging your drain, right? Can you talk about the clogging drain? Because I think that's so important, that analogy.
Yeah, the clogging the drain. I feel like I need to get like a tweak on it, because things going down the drain is sort of like a negative connotation, right? Like, what goes down the drain, like undesirable things. But anyway, to sell art online, sell photography online, what do you need? You need a website equipped to sell art online. You need marketing that's going to get attention and eyeballs to your website that they can give you money and buy your art. And then you need what's stuck in your drain removed, so those two things can happen. What's stuck in your drain? All of the little lies and BS that you've read on the internet here, there, and everywhere that's preventing you from taking any positive step forward in your business career. And you pull that out of the drain, everything moves down. What are some of them? That there's art doesn't sell online, that it's a commodity, that there's some sort of magical website where you upload all your images and all of a sudden you just are selling like crazy, making multiple 6 figures a year without ever leaving your studio or doing anything. that, what are some of the other ones? That you don't have to market, period, right? That if you could just have enough images, you could get launched and you could get going. Oh, look at this, Andy Crawford showing up on the YouTube. Ever.
Oh,
so look at that one, Michelle.
Love Andy. Andy's one of our members.
Yeah,
Andy's amazing.
Yeah, you'll be on the thing today, Andy. We're bringing out some big guns today, brother. But if you don't get your drain unstuck, okay, if you don't pull the crap out of your mind that thinks that that offline revenue is going to come roaring back like it did, dude, no chance.
That's a big one. That's going to be a new big one. Everybody's waiting, right?
Yeah.
So I think we can conclusively say, like you just said, you need the website, you need this, and you need you need the website, you need the marketing, and you need your drain unplugged, right? That last component is the psychology.
Yeah.
Right? It's the psychology. I think we can conclusively say that the 3 pillars that you need are, you need the proper art gallery website, you need the marketing, you need to resolve the marketing problem, and you need to resolve the psychological component, right? The self-limiting beliefs, the low quality thinking, right? Which results by not surrounding yourself with high quality thinkers, with people that are more successful than you are, so that you don't come in and you're like, wait, I should never do this. That's what I heard. That's like, by who? Because everybody else that is actually making sales would never tell you that and vehemently disagree with what you said. And then you unpack that and the person's like, oh yeah, you're right. I like read that on a blog post somewhere. Or the artist that told me that like has never sold anything and is like, works in another industry or a business. It's like, exactly, audit who you're audit your thought process. Where are you making decisions from? Because your thoughts determine your actions, and that's where all the problems can happen. So the psychology component can kill the whole thing. That's why it's great to be at the bottom, like as the drain or as like the bottom pillar. I don't know how you do it. It's like you know what I mean? Like it's like an upside down triangle. It's like an upside down triangle, because if the psychological component is not resolved, you literally will fail with the best proper art gallery website and with a marketing plan. We can't help you, right? Yeah. We could not help you. So on these Zoom sessions with non-members, we are largely just, we're not even fielding questions about our platform. They're not asking how many features we have. We've got a gazillion art selling features. Everybody knows it, right? Like we're resolving psychological problems. Not in the sense of like anxiety or things like that. I mean, I guess sometimes maybe it is, but it's more about the misconceptions and the self-limiting beliefs where people have the complete wrong idea about what they think their next move should be to get them to the level that they want to go. And it's killing them. It is killing them. Oftentimes it's been killing them for 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Ryan left a comment, says, can Shopify be integrated with art storefronts? It's sort of like having a store on a street, your Shopify site, and then you launch your art storefront store, which would be a competing store right next door. You wouldn't do it, right? Why would you want to have 2 rents, 2 shops?
Not only that, there's a link in our, if you're on Instagram, if you go to our Facebook, we're live on Facebook right now, or YouTube, you will see we posted a link there, art storefronts versus Shopify. Okay, so that's the first thing. We have probably 150 more art selling features and functionality than they do. It's not even a comparison. But the bigger thing that you're going to want to do is after that is go Google 99% of all Shopify stores fail.
Yeah.
Go Google it. Okay. That's the most important information you need to know, because a website, and especially a generic website alone, is not enough. It's 1.01% of what's going to make you successful. So the first things first is don't have a generic website that's designed to sell toilet paper, swim fins, ladies' handbags, makeup, anything under the sun. The art industry is very specialized. Buying art online is very high friction process. It's not just to add to cart. There's a lot of questions. In other words, friction that comes up in people's minds when they're trying to make a decision about what art to buy, like what size it needs to be, what size will fit over my bed, what color wall, will this mesh well with my colors of my furniture? Will this work in this room or will it not? And so having the technology that guides a buyer through this high friction process is what has made the largest art selling websites in the industry successful. And you need to have that technology too. Don't try to dig a swimming pool with a spoon. Get a tractor, right? Get the right tool for the job. So that's the most important point. And but a website alone is not enough. That's why 99% of Shopify stores fail. It's not Shopify either. It's Squarespace, Wix, Zenfolio, SmugMug. I mean, GoDaddy, WordPress. Like, tell me, like anybody out there, like we never talk to anybody that's selling a ton on those platforms. It's extremely rare. And the people that actually have managed to make some sales, Pat, what normally happens? They come over to art storefronts and they just sell more. They just sell more, like right off the bat, because a website that is designed to convert art buyers is going to do a better job with the traffic you have. It all comes down to the conversion rate, right? And so if you instantly just take that traffic and funnel it towards your art storefront's website with the best buying experience that money can buy, you're going to sell more. You're going to sell more. It's that simple.
Yeah, there's no rocket science there. I mean, we like Shopify. Shopify is great, but it's not set up to sell art. Like, what more do you need to say? We're set up to sell art.
If it's not even like, here's such a great statement to say about how unbiased we are about it. If somebody came to me and they were selling like plumbing parts and they said, "Hey Nick, I don't really know anything about technology. Who should I go with?" I'd say, go to Shopify or Squarespace. Great companies.
Yeah.
Great websites. You know what I mean? Like, but when you happen to be in a very specialized industry, like it's, where you need a different type of technology to get something done, to get a process done, you need the right tool for the job. And so there are other platforms, for other industries that are better than the generic website platforms. The art industry is probably the biggest one because it's a very intense process. You know what I mean? High friction, and you need the right tool for the job.
Yeah. Yeah. Michelle left us a comment. Glad you watched the last Zoom. Get on the next one. Get your question. Come answer your questions. Tell us what you think's standing in your way, and let us get the drain unstuck. So it's just,
Michelle, we love it. Like, please come. Please,
yeah.
You guys, please come. Like, we know if there's one thing that Pat and I know after doing these for like 3 or 4 weeks, like everybody that comes, like, how good does it feel when we're done? Because we see this self-limiting belief that's there, the thing that's been stopping them, these assumptions, wrong assumptions, bad information that they have in their heads, and we're unclogging their drain for them. And it just feels so good. And I want more people to be there. I want them to speak up because I know they've got something that's in their way. But there's so many people that are on there that are just watching, right? Like 80 to 90% of people are just watching, listening, taking some notes, like learning from the other artists who have actually, stepped up to ask us a question because they're probably at their wits' end. They're like, I need help. Like, just help me with this. Like, what's the problem, right?
Yeah, it's just crazy. There's so much learning there too. I mean, we love the learning too. Like, if you're sitting there and you're like, okay, whatever these guys are saying is interesting. This looks like interesting software. Maybe it sounds like they know what they're talking about. Maybe they don't, but your situation is different. Yeah, you think your situation is different? Then fine. Come in and tell us about it. And just come with your best assumption about why your situation is different, about what's holding you back from thriving in a post-COVID world of selling art and photography online and off. Come tell us what's different. What do you think is about your situation? What is it?
Oh, yeah.
What is it that's so different?
Exactly. Like the thing we get all the time, right? How many people are thinking this right now? So like people come in, they say, well, my art is unique and I have a different market. So, or I only sell really high-end stuff and, I'm unique and different, or I need to find people making $100,000 or more a year. Let me tell you something. So does everybody. I need to find high net worth individuals. Let me tell you something. So does everybody. Every single Art Storefronts members is attacking that market, and we're helping them do it because everyone's the same, right? People are selling limited editions. They're selling original paintings, $20,000, $8,000, $5,000. You are not unique. There's nothing new under the sun, right? Like, if a company is helping photographers and artists to sell work, like, trust me, 3,000 members, they're all looking for the same types of people, right? It's not unique. So that might be your self-limiting belief. I might have just unclogged your drain right now, where for the first time, with Patrick and I talking about this, you might go, wait a minute. I have always thought that I'm so unique and that I need super high net worth individuals and online websites. There's no way you can find those people and get sales from those. And I hope that just poked a hole in that thought because it is dead wrong. And that assumption is holding you back and has been holding you back for years and will continue to hold you back until you get past it. So if you don't believe us, get on that Zoom call. We want to talk to you.
Yep. What's so special? What's so special about Andy? I've had my best month of sales in terms of quantity ever. No rocket science there. Guy's working on his marketing, and he has a website that could take sales. Guy's working on his marketing. Can't believe it. Like, wow. Deborah,
can't believe it. How
many of these live sessions have you been on, Deborah? She says, I'm going to be the poster child for a gal reinventing herself through this opportunity. It is not difficult. It is not difficult. And you know, we sit here and we plant our flag on the internet being the great leveler of everything, just obliterating the gatekeepers. And it's about to happen twofold. It's about to happen to the gallery. It's about to happen to offline everything. The galleries, and then the art fairs, craft shows, all of those people thinking they can charge you a certain amount of money for a booth and tell you what the rules are, and you can't do this, and your booth can only be this big. I mean,
everything is going to change.
You know, is guys that have both paid for trade show booths and sat in trade show booths. What do you think of those rules? How bad do you want to tell those guys to kick rocks? Like, God, oh man, you are in bad way. Hey, here I am to show up to help you assemble your booth. By the way, I'm union. You're paying me $67 an hour, and let me just look like I'm busy over here. They're done. Their goose is cooked. Their goose is cooked. The future of selling art and photography online are going to be these live shows, and it is a game changer. It is the biggest shift. Will be the biggest shift. Will go down in the annals of history as when the art and photography markets exploded, had the ability to reach more people than ever before. And the best thing is you don't need anyone to do it. You don't even need a fancy camera. You know, a damn cell phone can do it. I mean, it's amazing. It's just sort of amazing.
It is totally amazing. Do you see this comment on Instagram from Rachel? She said, get on board, ship it. That might have to be the tagline of the company. This is not going to make sense to anybody unless they're an Art Storefronts member. But Art Storefronts, just ship it.
just get online and ship it. I mean,
get out of your own way and ship it.
I can't. I don't know if I can hide it without hiding the banners. Let me see.
Can you do the side by? Oh.
And it'll just clip it out. I gotta get a better one. I gotta.
There you go.
What have I told you to just ship it? So true. I mean, it's just so crazy true. So okay, what's next? We got a big one today. I mean, I'm gonna drop some fire on this thing today.
All the members that are on this that see this, do not miss this workshop today. It's in 35 minutes at 1:00, the private members workshop.
Yeah.
We have some great new information, latest and greatest always, right? It's all the playbooks, everything's getting updated. That is the key. That's the key thing that I want everybody to know, is you got to keep attending the workshops. And if you can't attend them, just watch them after the fact, because they're all recorded and saved, and all the notes and everything in the art marketing calendar. But this is the way to be completely plugged into exactly what is working right now, where there's an advantage, where there's an arbitrage in selling art as a photographer or artist. Literally, like, it's here. That is it. And and every day is new information. So if you are not plugged into that, you are making the biggest mistake that you could ever make. Isn't that fascinating? Like, that's where we are at now with our workshops. It's just, that's what it is, right? Like, you instantly just plug right in to state-of-the-art execution in marketing and business as a photographer and artist, growing your own, solo entrepreneur business.
Yep. And I'm selfishly shipping something today that we're literally just not teaching anyone else, because we're not. But okay, we'll leave it there. For anyone that's a non-member, we've got a Zoom tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. Come on. Let us get your drain unstuck. Bring all the questions about why you're different, why things can't work for you, why it'll never work out. We love breaking those down. And I don't mean to be flippant about it or anything. Like seriously, I want to help. Nick wants to help. Like, bring your questions. We've seen more art and photography sold online as a digital business than many of them out there. We can get you unstuck. So that's what I would say.
And anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a last final reminder. the May promotion that we are running right now to join Art Storefronts at a major discount is ending on Friday. You got to get your demo request in ASAP. There is if you're on Facebook or YouTube, there's a link in the description on this live post. Just click that one, put your demo request in. If you're on Instagram, link in bio, request a demo, get that in ASAP if you want to snatch the discount. And it's the best deal we've ever offered in the history of the company. So, and it's ending in 3 days.
Yep.
All right. So I got to grab some lunch before the members workshop. I will see you in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I do too. Bye. All right. Bye.
All right. See you guys.